and welcome to Dreamcrafter Creations. My name is Debbie. I'm also known as Nonna, and I'm down in my craft room again. And here you'll always find me making something. And right now I'm even making some sourdough breads. I have 4 in the fridge, proofing from last night, and the crocks are in the Dutch ovens are in the oven. And in about an hour, I will start baking, and I will show you some of that process as well. But before I go on, and just to give you the YouTube spiel, please, if you like my content and you'd like to see me every week, please subscribe, because I think the way YouTube works nowadays is if you're not pushing it with comments or likes or subscribes, you're kind of just stuck in limbo out there. And I'm a small channel and I want to grow. So please help me. And if you know somebody who might like my content, please share it with them. But today is a busy day. It is Saturday. I believe it's the 27th of June. And we have Alice's friend's birthday here today, which includes all my grandchildren as well. And it's going to be a busy day. And yesterday my daughter was here all day preparing. She does balloon design, and I will show you a picture of that somewhere in this video, because it just was amazing how it came out. And I just want to share her work with you. I really thought it was a great job and very creative. And if you're here, you're a creative person, and I'm sure you'll appreciate it. But so far this morning, I got up very early. I always do. I'm an early riser and a late go to bedder. Anyways, I was up really early, and I got done the squares for the 2 columns for the Quiet Sky by Anita Gibney, and that will be put together shortly before July 1st, and hopefully I can reveal it to you by July 1st. That was done this morning. And since my last video when I spoke to you, I got involved in the Summer Scrap Bash 2026. The emails were sent, and since then I started separating all my scraps, and sent me down a rabbit hole of decluttering this room and all my crafts. And I really, like I said in my previous video, everything's going to have a home, a place. It's going to be neat. I am feeling claustrophobic with everything that I've brought in over the last year or two, because I've been very active with a new knitting store, doing these YouTubes. It's just been a lot. And like I say, I make stuff every day. I love making things. So it does become a collection, and I don't want to just throw things away. I want to go through everything meticulously, and if it needs to stay here, it's going to stay. If it needs to go in the trash, it's going in the trash. Or if it needs to be moved on to someone else who could use it, I may do that as well. But today I'm going to show you where I am at in this process. So here you go. So far, these were from 2 bags of scraps that I had. And don't mind my cord, my phone was dying. But so here you go. This is how I separated them so far. Pretty much by color. Some of them were in a fabric collection. Let me know if you think this would be okay for a scrap quilt. I think these over here, I love. They're like a Liberty, but I'm not sure if they're falling into place with these. These were a quilt that I had done for Alice, and I think some of these were from there, but then there was another collection from this really teeny prints, a bunch of 10-inch squares that I had. And what else did I get over here? And I have the black and white. I always want, and I have a lot left over from Alice's quilt. These are some bees I have left over from a quilt, and just some other scrappy things. But I also want to show you, you know, things that I found that I forgot I even had. But at this point, that's what I have for the scraps. And after reading, and let me get you back up on the camera. Okay, so the 2 buckets, oh, okay, there was 1 bucket here. And then there was these other containers that I'm going to show you now. But so far, I was able to find all these little fat quarters, or they're bigger than fat quarters. And I went to the container store and I got these for now to see if they'll work. This is a quilt that I was going to do, both of these fabrics up here with these jelly rolls and with this fat quarter. And then I found these which fit the 10-inch squares perfectly. And then these are the much larger cuts. So I'm not sure what I'm doing with those yet, but I bagged up very neatly quilts that I had finished that have scraps. And I actually think, I'm not sure. Oh, in here, there's a couple of quilts in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's quilts to be done down here. But just to give you an idea for now, I did pick these things up. I also picked up these to put in the drawers for over here to divide them, because there's a lot of fat quarters in there. So this is my thought process so far. And I found these little, maybe for the scraps, I'm not sure, but this is where I'm beginning. I did find, and you're gonna come out here with me. I did find, had these all on a shelf, and this is like all different strings for macrame, and I really don't do a lot of macrame anymore, so these might be sold. Maybe I'll try to sell these on Marketplace, because I really don't like macrame. So that's where I'm at. I'm trying to get as organized as possible. Here are all the scraps, and these are the baskets right down here that I have to go through with the other scraps and get them up here on the table. And in the meantime, my daughter just called about the party and I have to help her. So I will be back and we will talk about the breads and how far, if at any, I got with this today. So talk to you soon. Okay, but before I do run upstairs, and I heard her come in, so I do have to go up there. This is what happens in Nonna's life. They were here yesterday. One daughter was baking a cake for her husband. She wanted some help because she had the 3 kids, and oh my God, that was a big flop. It was like a dairy-free cheesecake. I don't know. But anyways, she ended up having to leave early. I had to finish it, and it just never cooked inside. I've never had that happen to me. But anyways, I felt really bad. So she's going to have to go buy a cake or something like that. That didn't work. I was up to my elbows in the sourdoughs. My other daughter was doing balloons. Children were here. I wish I could show you the what goes on here with everyone here. You wouldn't believe how I even get any crafting done at this point in my life. But I know we can't show children on YouTube, and I'm not going to. But before I do go and get upstairs and try to cook those breads and help her at the same time, I did go through one bin that I had a feeling it had like Halloween autumn stuff in, which it did. But it had a random this from my Halloween quilt that I've already put away, so that's going there. I found these 2 fabrics, which I think will match probably nicely with these scraps from what I see. So we're going to put these here for now. And then I have some greens. I do have some greens I found, and I thought the greens might go well in the scraps, and they're pretty much scraps. So I'm going to put these in the scrap pile. Now this, though, to me is pure Halloween, okay? And polka dots and orange and brown, and I don't want brown in a quilt. I'm not a brown person. Some more stripes. So these stripes and polka dots, I think I used a lot for like making a Halloween doll. So they are, at right now, until I decide what's going on, are going to live in this container. And I think I'll do that by holiday. But then there's some black and white, and I have black and white over there. So I'm going to start organizing this. So another thing I found in here, I have had this pattern. I don't know, the glare, if you can see it. It's Dancing with Bats, and it's like a pumpkin man dancing with bats. And it's actually really cute. And I saw it made up at one of the quilt shops I went to years ago. And it's all in these batiks. But God knows when I'll get to it. So I am going to put this back in the Halloween basket. Because I'm not really a batik person, except for something like that. So that's going to live there. Then I found all these little, because this is a holiday bin, holly leaves and snowflakes, all for like some applique. But guess what? Those are going in the trash. And what do I have for the trash? I have just a Joann's bag, and this is some of the trash. A lot of it was thrown away already, but this is like the cuts for cutting down my scraps. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong. Again, probably an allergy. But I found this. This was a Christmas tree that I took a class on my embroidery machine, and we did cards out of this. So I just didn't want to get rid of it. And this is where the hoarding comes in. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know. If you have any ideas what I could do with this tree, with this size material, maybe a little pillow, but I don't know. What do you think I could do with that? And I'm going to put that in the holiday bin because, and I think it was called AccuCuts. I forget the name, but I cut out all these trees that I could applique on something. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to just put them in the holiday bin for now. It's not going to hurt anybody, right? I threw away the shredded parts. But this is the problem. This is a problem. And if Jane, you're watching, you're right. I need you to come here. I need you to like help me do this. I'm just trying to figure it out on my own. But so this bucket is Cafe fabrics. And I have to go through this and clear it. But this was a mystery quilt along during the pandemic. And once I started doing it, I didn't like the pattern, but I do like some of the materials, but I think some of the materials aren't from the mystery quilt along. So this is going to be, Cafe materials, its own little place that I'm going to find for it. And I want to see them because they're beautiful colored fabrics. So maybe I'll put them in some of those drawers that I bought over there. Because I don't like these. These actually were more like a project bin when I went to my quilting class because you could fit so much in here and literally carry it. But I don't want to use it for storage of just fabrics. So we're going to work on that. This one, same thing. I did this quilt years ago with these materials, something like this. And I don't know the name of it. And then there's another quilt in here I did, which is actually hanging over here, which I'll show you at some point. It's called Vintage Charm. So I have the fabrics from that. And there's a real big story behind this quilt because I bought it at, I think it's called Quiltique, and I was in Las Vegas years ago. And I went to this shop and I bought two quilts. I'll show them to you at other points when I'm cleaning out here. And it was when there was that shooting at the concert, that country music concert, and my husband and I had just been at that theater or venue the night before seeing. He was a illusionist, Chris, I forget his name. I'll find it here and I'll put it below. And then the next day we were flying back out and coming home. And as we were landing, we found out that the shooting had just happened. So we were within hours of just being at that place where that shooting went on. So we were very lucky. So this quilt has like a big meaning to me. And I will show it to you at some point, but right now I have to get upstairs and help my daughter. But again, there's a lot of scrappy scraps in here, so I'm going to go through that, cut those, get that within the process here. And this is what the Scrap Bash Week is all about anyways. This is about getting your scraps together, your colors, all that. But at the same time, I am doing the craft room, so I know, join me on my journey here. This is going to take some time. This isn't going to be a one and done like I told you last video. So for now, I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to try to get the breads done at the same time while I help her cut watermelon up and so forth. So see you soon. Okay, so I'm back up in the kitchen, and I hope you can see this because, like I said, I don't have a lot of time. I brought the 4 breads up. I have everything with bagel, plain sourdough. This is my blueberry lemon that I really love to do. No, oh, sorry. This is the blueberry lemon, and this is from Keep It Sweet Kitchens. This one comes, everyone's loved so far. I mean, everyone's loved all of them so far. But this one, I kind of made up on my own. It's a strawberry cherry chocolate with a bit of orange flavor. So we'll see how that goes. And I showed you a little bit of the process in Fast Forward before I got here. These have been in the refrigerator overnight. I'm gonna take these Dutch ovens out. They've been preheating, and we're gonna get them back in the oven, and then I'm gonna go outside, water the flowers, and after that I should be able to come back in and take the covers off, and then start helping my daughter. So let's get started. Let me get the ovens out first. Okay, so the first 2 I'm going to do, and I'm very lucky to have a double oven here because I can do 4 one time. But the first one I'm gonna do is the everything bagel. I'm gonna take my mat, we're gonna turn it over, and we're gonna hope it came out, and it did. And all we have to do with this one is we're just gonna do 1 belly score. And I wanna show you what I made last week. I didn't film them. I did actually, but I never put them up because it was just, I didn't like how the filming was coming out. And I wanna show you, so right now, if you look at this, it's not huge, it's not high. And the ones I made last week were dense, short. This is why I didn't show them, but we ate some of them, or I did. And that's how they came out. So, and this was my cinnamon raisin. It tasted awesome. This is the end. It was a little bit, it was fine inside, but they didn't raise the way I wanted to. So I kind of did some research, and I realized that the bulk fermentation, I was doing it a little bit too much, and I wasn't using my starter when it was at its peak. I had let it actually go down. So I kind of corrected those things. So let's see if it makes a difference. But right now we're gonna do a belly score on this one. We're gonna be quick and confident. And let me put my glasses on, of course. I did get through. All right, and we need our glove. We're gonna put it in these these hot, preheated Dutch ovens. Keep that in there. Oh, I have to do a little spritz. One day I saw someone, and I'm gonna try this, is to do them open with a pan of water. I'm looking for the good rise, the big rise, so that's what I'm hoping for here today. So let's get this one in. And you need these really good oven mitts because this is hot. This is really hot stuff. So what time are we at? We're at 10 of, so at 10 past, covers off. So the second one I'm gonna do is the regular sourdough, and let's get that one over here. And we're gonna put this on, take this off. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's kind of sticking a little bit, but I did flour these. Okay, and it looks nice. Try to do the mermaid's tail on this. And what they do is they do like, okay, so we're gonna do the belly here, or it doesn't really matter, but they do like a very faint line, and then they do these swirls. Not swirls, but cuts that come kind of out like a mermaid tail, right? We'll see how they come out. And then I'm gonna turn this around and do the belly here, quick and confident, right? Lift it up a little bit. We're gonna give it a little spritz in the pan, in the oven. So I think what I'm gonna do, let's try this. I'm gonna spritz the actual pan, and I'm gonna spritz the dough here before I put it in. We're gonna put that in, and then we're gonna cover it up. And this one will go in the oven too. The next two are my oblong, and this is the chocolate chip that I made. I need to get the pots out of the oven, so hold on a minute for that. So we're gonna flip my strawberry, cherry, chocolate, orange on here. Came out really nice. We're just gonna brush off a teeny bit of the flour, and we're going to be quick and confident. Do a belly, score, okay. And then I want to turn it around, and we're going to try some mermaid tails on this as well. Because it is a pool party today. So let me take this hot cover, and I'm gonna do again a spritz in here, a spritz here, and we're gonna put it in, and we are at 5 of. So these are gonna be 5 minutes more than the other ones, which is the blueberry lemon. I like the oblong loaf. For some reason, it keeps it nice and contained, and it gives it a little lift. Perfect, perfect. Let's do a little belly score. They are coming out easier than when I first started, so that's a good sign. Our little mermaid tails. Spritz this, and hope for the best. Hope for the best. So I have 15-20 minutes. I'm gonna go water the flowers. I'll come back, we'll take the covers off, and we'll see how it goes. See you soon. Okay, so here is the after 20 minutes, the belly opened up, everything bagel. and the sourdough, and they're very light. I'm not sure. I'm gonna give it another spritz and then let them put a little bit more steam on them for a little bit, and then I will be back. So this is the this is the chocolate strawberry cherry orange. Looking pretty good. Mermaid tails look okay, but I need to position them better next time. But let's see what the other one. When I opened this one, you just got the biggest swift of lemon. But again, I'm gonna do a little spritz on these two. I'm gonna let everyone go about 5 minutes longer with the cover on, and then I will bake them with the covers off, because I really don't want the outsides to get too crispy, because then it hurts the roof of your mouth. So this is my job.
Yes, for right now.
This is my job. I have to pull this up, take this off for a second, and put an elastic in here, like this. So they hang like this. That's my job. They can do this. All the balloons seem to be maybe deflating or popping in the sun, so uh-oh. My next job is to Velcro happy birthday together. That's my job. It's gonna float in the pool. Not sure how this works, but we're supposed to take these Velcro stickers. 10 hours later, just trying to take the stickies off. So far, HA, and hopefully they stay together. And I'm just...
what's happening, they're cooking together in the sun.
Oh, the balloons are popping in the sun. Of course. P. Y. Be back soon. Okay, back in the kitchen. Supposedly these are done. Let me get my thermometer. Thank God for timers, or I'd get nothing done around here, or everything would burn around here. Okay. 210. 210, we're good, 210. What do you think, guys? Whoop. What do you think? There's one. There's two. Golden. Chocolate chip. Wow. Chocolate chip. Chocolate chip, strawberry cherry, orange. Lemon blueberry. Ta-da. That's a little dark on top. So the only one that came out light is this one. And they say, do this. I mean, I think it's probably fine. These are dark on the outside, but I'm sure they're great on the inside. We will do a cut, but we have to wait 2 hours, and I have to help her prepare for the birthday party. So, see you soon. So 2 hours till we can cut into this. That'll be 1 o'clock. The party will start, so I can come back and cut into them. They'll all be outside. But in the meantime, I'm starving. I have to eat a hard-boiled egg or something. See you soon. Okay, so they're just all starting to come into the party. The breads are cooled. I actually brought them down here because there's just people in and out of my house, and I wanted to finish this video up, and I may try to escape down here for a little bit and cut fabrics because it's really just like a kid's birthday party, and I will make an appearance in a little bit. But let me show you the breads. Let me show you. So, okay, I talked about this dough versus this dough. Not a huge difference. They say to knock on the bottom. My mermaid tail is very faint, but it seems light in area. So let's do a big reveal cut. And so you don't think I'm lost at 100%. I did bring my cutting board down here. Oh, the things I have to do. So let's see. I'm gonna have seeds everywhere, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll make it work, right? So let's get down here. And I have the plain sourdough. I never can get through the bottom. It might just be my knife, but guys, this, look, it is pretty good. I mean, it smells great. It's not too dense. I think this is a good one. It has all the airy holes and everything. So I don't know why it was a little flatter than I want it to be. I'd like to get it a lot more domed, but if you can give me some advice, please do down in the notes, down in the comments. But we have the plain sourdough for now. And I want to cut into the everything bagel. Let's see how that goes. They're nice and soft though, which is nice. You know, they're really, I need a better knife. But same thing, nice, squishy, airy. What do you think? Everything bagel. This smells, I'm a big onion person. This smells very oniony. So everything bagel seems to be good. And I have these little bags that I bought from Amazon that I'll put those in. I just want to let them cool up a little bit more. And here's my chocolate chip. Let's see how this came out. Strawberry, chocolate chip, strawberry, cherry. Look, that came out great. I think this is going to be the toaster one. I mean, they're all toaster ones, but I love this. Look, the chocolate chips, the cherries, the strawberries. Oh, I can't wait to eat this one. And then the last one is the blueberry lemon. And that, same thing. Oh my God, the lemon is always so nice and fragrant. So here you go. These came out good. I think, so what I did a little different was I didn't bulk ferment over the top, and I let the, I tried, I tried to use the starter at the peak, but a few phone calls came in and I got distracted, but I used it higher than normal. So if you have any comments or suggestions for me, please, again, leave them below. I'm up for any type of comments. I'm newbie at this and trying to perfect it. I'd like to get a little better, you know, roundness on my loaves, but this is the best I can do so far. So I'm going to cut some fabrics, see what I have, keep moving on the decluttering, and I'll let you know what happens next week. I will be doing some knitting, but right now I'm not knitting. I will put my squares together, and I will see you soon. And I hope you have a happy crafting weekend. And yeah, so till next time. Bye.